the Muny in Forest Park.
So I'd like to open up this evening to questions for Dan about the process, about Nunsense, about his background, his history with the musical, and
anything you want to say.
Oh, I know. I know.
Right? Anybody got a question? There we go.
How long did it take you, I mean, I know you already had the basis for Nunsense together, but how long did it actually take you to get it to the production for the Muny? I mean, what was the process?
So the question was, what was the process and how long did it take to adapt this specifically for the Muny?
Probably if you add up the time, it wasn't too long. I would say we probably put it together in a couple of months or less. But again, it was like once we figured out what to do, between Matt Lenz, the director, and Terry Gibson, who's the choreographer, and I, when we talked about how we wanted to do it, the actual process of doing it wasn't as time consuming. It was figuring out where we could have large groups. We have a brand new song that Ken and Lara do, and then adjusting some of the songs and figuring out the best way to bring Phyllis into the show. And it was funny when we started working with Phyllis, she plays Sister Julia, Child of God, our cook, and she said, well, you know, what do we know about the character? And I said, we've never seen her. We've only talked about her. So you're going to be the one to develop this character. And what I love is when we started out, Phyllis was kind of timid about it and just being kind of sweet. And she's turned into quite a feisty sister. And just through the work process and developing it, which has been really, really fun to see that grow. But I'd say, like I say, probably a couple of months to put it together, which had we not had all the basis and known what to do, it would have been a lot longer. But as I say, you know, it's kind of once you know the direction, then it's easy. It's finding out that first thing that's the tough part.
More questions? Any more questions out there? Yes.
Has it ever been at the Fox?
Has it ever been at the Fox, is the question.
And this is funny. I said this today. Years ago, when Mike Isaacson was at the Fox, I'd say, let us bring a tour to the Fox. No, the Fox is too big. It won't work. The Fox is too big. It won't work. So he invites us to the Muny. I got to tell you, last night to hear 10,000 people or however many there laughing at once, the wave of laughs that came over the stage was just so thrilling and so uplifting. So I think it's a bit of a trade-off, but not a bad deal.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. And beware, don't be chewing gum out there. You might get caught. Thank you again.
This has been great. Thank you all for coming.